Alright guys, so following on from the previous video, guarantees in the realm of self-defense. Whew, okay, such a thing does not exist. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about it. Quite often you might see ads with stuff like, proven techniques from the special forces or from the battlefield or from the IDF or from whatever, depending on what style of self-defense you're looking at, right? Now, proven techniques is great. Okay, there are definitely techniques that work and techniques that don't, at least for the most part. Again, there's no such thing as absolutes, but one of the things that is an absolute in the self-defense realm is that nothing is guaranteed. In other words, there is no such thing that you can say, if I will just do this, I will be able to stop any physical attack. No such thing exists. There are things that are more effective than others, and even that depends primarily, not so much on what you do, but how you train it. And even that is a big statement, right? But what is becoming apparent from me mumbling through this is there is a little bit of black, a little bit of white, a ton of gray in the middle. Okay? Now, phrases you should be careful of if you are starting your self-defense journey and you're looking for a good school are guarantees, or proven, or special forces. Okay, so techniques that work for the special forces might not work for you depending on your context. If you're a civilian, you're using something totally different to what they're using, and you're probably not going in there to kill people. Same thing happens if you're a first responder, or if you're a law enforcement officer, or if you're a security officer, or if you're a bouncer, or if you're a paramedic, or if you're a fiery, or if you're any person who deals with violence in a different context. Okay, and even within those groups, are you a 6'5" male or are you a 5'1" female? Are you old or are you young? Are you fit or are you not? Are you injured or are you at your physical peak? All those things come into play, and that idea that you can offer guarantees or say that things are proven maybe, but guarantees definitely not. Especially when they relate to things that are biological imperatives or biological certainties. So for example, to say that you will not be adrenalized in a violent confrontation, for the most part, is highly inaccurate. Even people who have experienced violence to a great degree can still get adrenal dump, and probably do still get adrenal dump. They might just be able to handle it better. Okay, so a bit of a rant, okay, just because it got me fired up, but proven techniques doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for you. Go in there and check what they're doing out. Okay, guarantees, if you see the word guaranteed in a self-defense context, for the most part, I would suggest run the other way. Okay, make sure you know what you're training for and that you're training correctly for it. And if you need help with that, make sure you get in touch. I'm more than happy to help.